name is Michael Parker. I have a great desire in life for personal development. By all means, I'm no expert, but I've made great strides in life that qualify me to speak on things. One of the things with my journey is I found that the saying, iron sharpens iron, is true. A lot of things that I may quote, you may have heard in different arenas or rooms, such as AA, NA, a lot of therapeutic situations. That's where I've gained most of my information, and it was vital to my change. So I say iron sharpens iron. And right now I'm on this journey of personal development. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to develop myself. But I've noticed that through my walk, I also try to help others. Like I said, I'm not perfect or I'm not cured. I'm on a journey. And sometimes I find myself just trying to put out messages, not only to help others, but I know that when I play them back and listen to them, I think about, these things help me, and it helps me to basically review and identify where I was and where I'm trying to go. I'm not out to point the finger, because when you point the finger, you got three pointing back at you. I'm not malicious. I'm not out to say, ha, 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 I told you so. Sometimes I'm very stern and very serious, and it comes across like hardcore, especially if it's just in a text or a comment online. But the people who do know me and follow me, they know that I have a good heart and I mean well. I'm just all about business though. Like, I played with my life for many, many years. I woke up one day and realized that life is not a game. It's very serious. You can be here today and gone tomorrow. So I'm very passionate about the things that I speak on. So a friend of mine posted a comment, and this is not to throw no shade at him or to disrespect him in any way. What he did was he sparked up a little fuse of conversation. Let's talk about it. I'm going to paraphrase. Why do we judge? Who are we to judge? In a nutshell, that's what he was asking. And it's a very good question. And I believe that I know where he was coming from. He was coming from a good spot. It's like, man, why are we judging people? He's right, to a degree. I feel that way too. But let's take it to the next level. Judgment is essential to change. If you can't identify and judge yourself, for starters, you're never going to change. You have to identify what the problem is, then you got to pass judgment on it. Is this good for me, or is this bad for me? So let's go with the Bible for starters. The Bible says that we should judge by their fruits. And it talks about a fig tree bearing good fruit and one that is not bearing fruit at all. We often misunderstand the difference between a mistake and a poor decision. So our judgment is not an even scale, and it's not even focused like a camera. You got to bring your judgment on a focal tip. If I just turn around and knock a glass of milk off the table, that's a mistake. That was unintentional. But if I pick that glass of milk up and throw it on the ground, that's a decision. That was very intentional. First step is getting things in focus. If we want to change something, we need to first understand. A lot of times we talk, but we don't think. I watch it all the time. I watch a lot of hot air come out of people's mouths. On the internet, people are just firing away. Critical thinking skills is important. But let's get back to judgment. I knocked a glass of milk off the table, accident. I pick it up and throw it, intention. I mean, I've been through things, man, where, people said I was a homosexual. People said I was a rat. People said I killed my father. People said I had AIDS. These are all things I'm not ashamed to talk about. Because what happens is you got to consider the source. And when you rise above these things, you make different judgments. Like I had people come online and attack me, and my first instinct, I'm gonna call up my brother, I'm gonna call up my boys, we gonna go handle this. Take a deep breath. That person's not worth it. I need to consider the source. If I do that, I'm going backwards and I'm trying to go forward. This is all about change, man. Personal development is all about change. And part of personal development, part of kicking an addiction, part of accepting that you have problems is to make fair and equal judgment on good scales. Here's a prime example. Right now, I see a lot of people crying about the COVID-19 virus and what we're going to do. Dude, we had 2-3 years prior to stack. We got to learn to think. Don't cry later. You know, I'm not crying about COVID-19. I know that I'm going to get by, and I have faith that I'm going to get by. And I know that when I need a roll of toilet paper, I know that I'm going to get a roll of toilet paper. I'm not going to cry about it, and I'm not going to hoard it. When I know I need to put food in my stomach, I know that I'm going to put food in my stomach. And I know that I need to pay off my credit cards and pay my mortgage and pay my car note. I know that it's going to get paid. Why? Because I didn't wait for the storm to come and cry about it. I was thinking. And what I try to encourage people to do is think before these type of things happen. I wasn't thinking that this massive disease is going to come and start wiping people out and we're going to need to fight and argue and rummage for food and water. But I was thinking along the lines that, okay, previous experiences has caused me to not have money when my car insurance was due. Previous experiences has caused me not to have money when my mortgage was due. Okay, so if we're not learning from these experiences, we're staying stuck. So now, here I am, learning from my past, learning from my poor decisions, learning from some mistakes, and saying, hey, I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. But when it comes, I'll be ready. It's not to put nobody down. It's to encourage you to wake up and say, you know what? Maybe Parker's right. You can't cry and fault nobody when you wasn't prepared. So this all boils back down to judgment. Judgment is a skill. When you say, oh, we shouldn't judge people, that's because you don't have that skill. Personal development is a skill. Like I said when I started, I'm not an expert. But if you practice and work on these skills, you'll become better. When I see somebody of my past isn't moving up to the levels that I'm moving up with me, I have to let go of them. The ball is in our court, man. What do we do with it? It's up to us. You just got to have a good balance, man. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm speaking from my heart, just trying to encourage people to just think. Just think, that's it. And start to work on you. Because if you don't change, nothing will change. But I promise you that if you change, everything will change. That's all I got for today. I hope that I encourage somebody. You know, I know that a lot of people aren't going to like this. I'm not going to beg you guys for likes or to subscribe. If you like the message, pass it on. If you don't, go ahead, put a thumbs down. You know, you may not agree. But at the end of the day, every once in a while, I have one person who comes in my inbox or gives me a phone call and says, Parker, thank you. I needed to hear that. And you know what? I can't I can't begin to describe how good that feels to know that I encouraged one person. It is a beautiful and remarkable feeling to know that taking 15 or 16 minutes out of my day helped somebody else. So that's what it's all about. Check out my YouTube page. It's called The Michael Parker Project. And if you'd like to subscribe or check out the content or share it, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you.